Hey everybody, welcome back to class. I don't know if you can see me or not, but we've had a great 2 weeks. This is the week number 3, and we're going to set up our still life. And I asked you to go with all odd numbers. So we started off with one object, which was the apple or something similar, and then you had to pick a small, medium, and larger item, which everyone was doing so well with. And now we're going to choose 5 or more items. So I tried to find some variety of heights. I've got something really tall. I've got something somewhat medium. Maybe these two are kind of in the medium. And I've got 2 really small items, this being the smallest. And the things they have in common are they all are very round and oval in shape. So that's going to actually make some dominance in my composition, because this lesson is really all about composition and how to set up a still life to make a really good drawing. You can see in the background I've picked a yellow sheet. I like yellow. It's going to make me happy while I do this, even though I'm doing this all in graphite pencil. And I could turn on my light source right now, but I've got a nice good afternoon sunlight coming in, so it's casting some nice highlights on the right side of my objects, and I'm getting some shadows onto the table on the left side. So tonight I probably will have to turn on my lamp. Okay, so let's talk about then, how do we want to view this? Do we want to view it looking down at it like you're seeing, or do we want to look at it like we're at eye level at the table? That's something you're going to have to decide. So if you want to look at it as if you're sitting way down here and looking up at it, you might do a little test. Take your camera and take a picture of it from eye level, and then you could use that shot. So a while ago I actually moved some things around and I took some different pictures. I took one where it was kind of like looking more at this side of the pot, and then I took one where the pot really engages the top of the canvas, and then I took another one. I'm not sure which one I like best yet, but I think it's really important for you to look at it in different angles. This is looking more eye level. Whoops, that's definitely not. Look at that crazy bloomin' onion. But I'll use that for something else. So you have to decide, how do you want to see your composition? Once you've figured out what your eye level is going to be, then you're going to want to play with how do you arrange them. Here is a picture that was taken from Mona Brooks's simplified drawing of still life. And what I love about this is that I can identify what is the tallest item. I just took a piece of my notebook sheet covering paper, and I stuck it over, I drew a grid on it, right? And I can see that this is definitely on the 2/3. There's a third, a third, and a third. So it's right here on this third. And my table line is on this third of the composition. So you can't see the table in this picture, this sketch, but if it were there, that's what it would be. And everything else is pretty much below that line. So what if I did that to this little drawing that I did? So I was working on objects of 5. This could have been your 5. Notice that I don't have anything really tall in this picture. I have a lot of similar round shapes, not very different in size, but because of where I put them, they actually look taller. So let's try it. Let's put my little clear plastic notebook cover sheet over it, and let's see what happens. Wow. Okay, so the majority of things are down here on this third of the paper, and the 2 big items that are getting taller, they're not necessarily taller, but because I put it back behind it, it looks like it's taller. So this still makes an interesting composition. So you could do that. If you just had 5 pieces of fruit, which is what I had for that picture. Now, some of you have really enjoyed cutting out your pieces and arranging them like we did in the last lesson. So let's take a look at that. What if you had 2 drawn on the sheet, like I've got this sea urchin and this pyramid shape, but now I want to add my 3rd, 4th, and 5th objects, and where would be best to place them? Well, I could take this piece and move it up to the top, on that being like this 1/3 of the paper, and I could take the candlesticks and put them lower down in front. This is hard to do standing up, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, so you see that? So everything is really based on this lower 1/3, and the tall objects are going up this left-hand side 1/3. So that's another way to do it. Now, in your slides, you saw some different pictures. And I'm going to show you maybe how, if this looks good or doesn't look good. I'll be right back.